So the other day I got a text from a friend asking me if I had seen Disney's latest villain origin story, Cruella. Now I had this movie on my watch list, I've been a big fan of Emma Stone since Superbad, so I thought doing a video on it would be an easy A. But my friend also told me about all these claims that Cruella is a ripoff of Todd Phillips' 2019 film, Joker. And I was like, just how much in common can a Disney movie have with an R-rated film that the media feared would actually spark a string of mass shootings? So I did the scariest thing to come out of all this, which is pay $30 to rent Cruella and see just how similar these two films are. I'm gonna present you with the evidence so you can make up your own mind. Is Cruella just like the Joker, or is this all some kind of joke?
Is this some kind of joke?
But before we get into it, make sure to like and subscribe. I come out with all sorts of ending explained and comparison videos, plus I really just need to make back that $30. Spoilers for Joker and Cruella ahead. Before we get into how both these characters are similar, it's important to look at these films aesthetically. Both take place predominantly in crime-ridden metropolitan cities, London and Gotham. But it's not just the place, it's the time. Cruella is set in 1977, as found in Cruella's acceptance letter when she gets her first job. Joker doesn't have an exact date, but according to IndieWire, it's around the late 1970s to early 1980s. And the costume design of the time match in both films with a 70s aesthetic. Even the colors are predominantly desaturated with an emphasis on browns, dark greens, and muted tones. Both films were shot with the same camera, and Arri Alexa used the same film lab, Company 3 in Los Angeles, and have runtimes around the 2-hour mark. But even the music is similar. Both utilize pieces from the time period, and in one case, even the same song.
Smile, though your heart is aching.
The characters themselves are where the films really start to show off their similarities. Even the titles of each film are named after the characters' alter egos. Cruella's real name is Estella, and over the course of the film, she becomes Cruella. Joker's real name is Arthur Fleck, and over the course of that film, he becomes Joker. Both characters experience a descent into madness that is brought upon by both society and their relationships with their family, specifically their mothers. Joker's mother abandoned him as a child, and Penny, who was a nurse at Arkham Asylum, took him in and hid this secret from him. Similarly, Cruella was abandoned by her real mother, the Baroness, and raised by one of the Baroness's maids, a secret which is also held from her. In effect, both characters were orphaned. They have mothers who abandon them, and this abandonment affects them psychologically. It has caused them immense pain.
I know you're in pain. And I know that she caused it.
When Arthur finds out that Penny isn't his real mother and has been using him to extort Thomas Wayne, he kills her by smothering her with a pillow. When Cruella finds out that the Baroness is her real mother, she devises a way to get rid of her in a more Disney fashion by getting her imprisoned. Each character starts down and out, and over the course of their respective journeys, transforms them into their alter egos. The first scene of the Joker is him working as a clown, ridiculed and beat up by some hooligans. Cruella starts off in similar fashion, having to scrub floors, toilets, and ridiculed by her boss, just like Joker's boss and co-workers. Both characters end up getting fired. Both of them are also criminals. Joker a serial murderer, and obviously you can't make Cruella that in a Disney movie, so they make her a thief. But as Cruella becomes more and more sinister, just like Joker gets more and more violent, Cruella does consider murder an option.
Killing her is not gonna make that go away.
I won't. Unless I really, really have to.
As her character grows, we aren't quite sure whether Cruella is joking anymore about the violent things she says.
They really would make fabulous coats.
The dogs?
Or here's one of my favorites.
And she's a homicidal maniac, and you're not.
We don't know that yet. I'm still young.
Just like how the Joker embraces his alter ego, so too does Cruella and even society. In Joker, Arthur's actions lead him to become a symbol raging against the establishment. The same is true in Cruella. Whereas the Baroness symbolizes the establishment, Cruella represents a new vanguard trying to seize control by any means necessary. And Joker is seen by some as a hero and others as a villain, just like Cruella is seen as a designer by some and a vandal by others. Heck, they even say this outright in the film.
Some call her a designer, others a vandal.
Both characters embrace being symbols, Joker at the very end as he's embraced by the rioters, and Cruella as she's recruiting for her final heist.
But people do need a villain to believe in, so I'm happy to fit the bill.
The rift between upper and lower class is paralleled in each film as well. Take a look at the poverty-filled world of Arthur and Estella in comparison to the luxury of Thomas Wayne and the Baroness. Each character has to suppress their submissive sides in order for their alter ego to fully manifest. Arthur is a total pushover, but Joker is an alpha. Estella is a pushover, and Cruella is an alpha.
Cruella gets things done. Stella does not.
As we reach the end of Cruella, just like what happens near the end in Joker, our characters fully embrace these egos.
I'm Cruella.
One small thing.
Yeah.
When you bring me out, can you introduce me as Joker?
Listen to these lines in Cruella, which could easily suit the Joker.
Mustache. Much to avenge, revenge, and destroy.
Cruella and Joker are also similar in their chosen career paths. Both are struggling artists, Arthur a stand-up comic and Estella an emerging fashion designer. Both of them keep notepads, Arthur for his jokes and Estella for her designs. The difference here is that Arthur really doesn't have any talent, but don't tell him I said that. Each of them have another person in their industry they're obsessed with, albeit for different reasons. Arthur loves the comedian late-night host Murray and even fantasizes about being on his show, a fantasy that comes to reality in the film's bloody climax. Estella is obsessed with the Baroness, eventually landing a job as a designer/assistant. She has a whole wall filled with news about her and her designs. Even the climax of the films are similar when you think about it. Both involve a tragic incident involving the main characters with an audience watching. In Joker, it's on Murray's live show. In Cruella, it's at her estate with all the party guests watching. And yes, both characters evade the police over the course of their respective films. In Cruella, in order to fit in, she has managed to get all the dinner guests to dress up just like her, much like in Joker when the rioters don clown masks just like Joker. Cruella and Joker also have similar looks and mannerisms. When Estella turns into Cruella, she dons white makeup, just like Joker does. The two even have their own iconic laughs. Arthur is also a big smoker, just like the original Cruella is in the 1961 animated movie 101 Dalmatians. However, they took that out because Disney doesn't like to have smoking in their movies. Each film also ends up tying into other films in their respective franchises, leaving room for potential sequels. In Joker, we see young Bruce Wayne in the alleyway with his murdered parents the night of the Gotham riots. In Cruella, we see Roger and Anita giving Dalmatian puppies as gifts, Pongo and Perdita respectively, which is a tie-in to the events of 101 Dalmatians. The Baroness also states that she'll be back as she gets carted away to prison, leaving the potential for another sequel. Joker is seen with bloody footprints, implying that he killed his therapist, escaping the mental institution, and we already know that a Joker 2 is in the works. And just for fun, we have a similarity speed round of a bunch of things I found similar that I couldn't quite weave into this main narrative. A shot of dyeing your hair in the mirror to signify your character changing. Joker and Cruella both being fashion icons. Each film's reliance on newspaper titles giving out exposition. Gala events where our characters are not allowed. Committing crimes on public transit. Although these two films share many similarities, I gotta say they are two different films. In fact, if someone had mentioned the two being similar, I probably wouldn't have even thought twice of connecting the two. But I want to know what you guys think in the comments below. Will Cruella inspire a wave of Dalmatian kidnappings, or is this all just a bunch of hot air? Thanks for watching, everyone. Please make sure to like and subscribe. It really helps the channel out, and be sure to check out my other comparison videos. For more bad takes, you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at ThinkStoryYT. Until next time, remember, Daddy loves you very much.